Hello beautiful people. Here's a quick look at the Beaufighter Mk I from the River Hunter Battle Pass. Hope you enjoy. In War Thunder we already have two versions of the Beaufighter at battle rating 3.0, the British Mk I and the Australian Mk 21. And now with the Battle Pass we get a third version, the Beaufighter Mk I. Let's look at some of the pros and cons for the Mk I. Some of the pros: flight characteristics. For a battle rating 3.0 twin-engine strike aircraft, the Beaufighter's flight characteristics are actually okay. Top speed is around 530 km an hour at 5k altitude and around 450 km an hour at sea level. Turn time is around 25 seconds, but it feels a lot more nimble than that to me. Rate of climb is just over 12 meters a second, which means around 250 km an hour in a climb at around 12 or 13 degrees. Wings rip around 700 km an hour, and that's not bad for this type of aircraft. Combat flaps rip at 354 km an hour. Takeoff flaps rip at 242 km an hour, but landing flaps are very fragile and rip at around 216 km an hour. Armament. The armament consists of two 40mm cannons mounted in the nose. The cannons are however not the same. One is a Vickers S cannon and the other a Rolls-Royce BH cannon. They do not have the same muzzle velocity either. The Vickers is the highest with 730 meters a second, while the Rolls-Royce is lower with 570 meters a second. They can both fire AP and HE ammunition. Armor pen wise, the faster muzzle velocity of the Vickers cannon translates into a little higher armor pen at 10 and 100 meters. I'm just mentioning that as a fact, but it is completely irrelevant since you're never going to use the cannons at those distances. At 500 meters and beyond, which is the realistic range at which to use the cannons, they have identical armor pen with 57mm at 500 meters and 50mm at 1000 meters. The high explosive shell has a fuse and it detonates after around 1000 meters. As it is right now though, the belts are not really working, and no matter which belt you choose, you only get the default belts loaded, which is switching between HE and AP shells, but I'm guessing it will be fixed eventually. And luckily for the playability of this Beaufighter, it has premium bonuses. And some of the cons: no other armament. Sadly, you do not have access to any other armament than the two cannons. No light or heavy machine guns, no 20mm cannons, and no rockets or bombs. No rear gunner. Although this Mk I has an observer sitting in the rear turret, he has no machine gun to use, which in War Thunder terms means that he is pretty useless. So in a way, this Beaufighter fits the Battle Pass vehicle nicely with being special, and in this case in every single meaning of the word, and it does not overshadow any of the vehicles in the regular tech tree. On the other hand, if we compare this Battle Pass vehicle with the Soviet ITP, the differences are humongous. The ITP started out in a previous Battle Pass at battle rating 3.3 and is now battle rating 3.7. The ITP is multiple times better in every single way than this Beaufighter. It has far superior flight characteristics, armament, and can carry rockets and bombs. It really makes this Beaufighter look like a joke. There's no role the ITP cannot perform 10 times better than this Beaufighter. The only itsy bitsy thing that this Beaufighter has over the ITP is that it is free once you reach level 51 of the Battle Pass. Now that being said, it's not that I don't enjoy the Beaufighter, because I really do. It is mainly because I tend to gravitate towards the quirky and out of the norm vehicles like this one. I'm sure I'll put plenty of hours into playing this Beaufighter in a cast role where I think it belongs. It can of course be used in ARB as well. I would mostly use it to destroy AI tanks with, and maybe go bumper hunting if you have enough time to climb to the altitude before getting pounced on by enemy fighters. I'm sure that could also be fun from time to time. So in my opinion, the best way to use this vehicle is to put it in a 3.0 or 3.3 British lineup and just use it as a fun ground attacker, because that's the only role I think it can really fulfill. Thank you for watching, and until next time, Remember to deploy dive brakes. Have a good one.